Hello and welcome to the Weekly Geek. My name is Carl Hughes.
Yeah, my name's Christopher Bennings.
And yeah, we've got loads to talk about. We struggled a bit last week, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we say that, but we still went over our time limit.
Yeah, we still always run out of time. But this week we've got literally...
There's too much, man. So
there's
we're going to
almost
jump straight in, man.
Yeah, let's just do it. So, straight away, a Harley Quinn movie has been announced.
Yeah, works for Warner Brothers for
Yeah.
this, which is going to... It sounds pretty cool, actually. With Margaret Robbie.
Yeah, so apparently the girl that playing... what's her name? Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad film. She's fallen in love with the character.
Yeah.
And she's pretty much done what Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool. She's hassled Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Until they've said, all right.
Just being an annoyance.
Yeah, well, all right, we'll do one. So the theory is, first of all, they announced, it's a Harley Quinn solo movie. And everyone went, yeah, but is it going to have Poison Ivy in it? Is it going to have Catwoman in it? And suddenly it's turned into, it's going to have all them in it.
Nice.
So basically it's turning into Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Well, there's loads of Gotham City Sirens, which is a fantastic little series. If you like that kind of thing, fantastic stuff. So I'm very excited about it. Gail Simone, the comic legend that's Gail Simone, she's been tweeting about it because she partly founded this whole storyline.
Well, yeah, she kind of did, didn't she? Really?
Yeah, so she
deserves to have an input somewhere.
She has said if she doesn't get any kind of input, if she doesn't even get a phone call about it, she's going to be a bit miffed, I think.
Yeah, her words exactly are, I will has a sad.
Yeah, the well-known writer that she is. Yeah. I will has a sad. So, yeah, basically it looks like we're getting a Gotham City Sirens movie. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, the more female-led superhero films, the better, I find.
Absolutely.
It's not represented enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that they're all baddies.
Yeah.
So Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley herself, they're baddies, but in the whole Gotham City Sirens thing, they might be baddies, but they keep doing nice things.
Yeah.
Because, and it's just that they're such good friends as well. They bicker and they argue and all that stuff. But
they're still relatable.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and I'm very excited about that. It's pretty much the first good news I've heard from DC's film output.
Shut up.
It really is. So anyway... Shall we move on? I do want to say my last thing. Are people excited about the new Harley Quinn film because they've forgotten how bad DC movies are?
Oh dear.
I know.
Just stop it.
Should we move on to Supergirl? Talking of DC, should we talk about Supergirl?
I don't know, are you going to slate it again?
No, I'm not, no. I didn't slate it last. I don't slate Supergirl.
Yeah, you did. I heard you. As soon as we finished there, you went, that's Supergirl.
It's rubbish.
It's awful. Yeah, I just want to die.
It's just not for me. But we talked about it last week. We were actually sort of right up to the knuckle because we talked about the fact that it was due for either cancellation or renewal.
Yes.
By CBS. And about an hour after our show finished, they announced that it's been cancelled from them. CBS aren't going to be showing it anymore, but then CW.
Yeah, they picked it up, which is the home of like the Flash and Arrow and stuff, isn't it? So
and League of Tomorrow, yeah.
It kind of deserves to be there anyway, really.
Should have gone there in the first place.
Yeah,
let's face
so.
it.
I think CBR, CW, whatever.
CBS,
whatever. I think they they were trying to get that angle, that superhero angle, and it didn't quite work for them. So.
They didn't. No. What surprised me is that they were spending $3 million an episode on special effects.
Yeah, were they?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can't see that on screen.
Is this a bit like Walking Dead, where it's now a whole empty city, and a lot of their budget goes on making the city look empty? Yeah. Is it that?
It seems to be. I mean, I genuinely can't see $3 million on per episode.
No,
it doesn't take that much to make someone, stick someone on some rope.
No,
and swing them about a bit. I'm sure it's a bit more.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, but
it's not the 70s anymore.
Yeah, but it's not far off, I'm sure. But yeah, this is very cool because lots of things can happen now, and one of the things that has happened is CW have announced that they're going to do a huge DC crossover, a 4-parter with Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl.
Sounds ace to me.
Sounds amazing. Presumably that will be some kind of comic book magic-y shenanigans where the Supergirl Earth merges with the Flarrow Earth. So that'll be cool. I'm very excited about that.
Definitely, yes.
We didn't really have this as a thing. I didn't really bother. I didn't want to talk about it too much because I'm not watching Legends of Tomorrow. Are you?
No, I'm not.
No, I think it's very much a kid thing.
I just heard that I saw the trailer, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, yes, that looks like the thing for me.
Yeah.
And then I watched Harper's episode, I was like, no, that's not the thing for me.
I'm not 12. I'm not 12, so it's not for me.
Definitely.
But the guy that plays Captain Cold in that, I didn't write this down because it's just not that exciting, but he's not quit, but he's not going to be in Legends of Tomorrow anymore. He's got a really weird contract where he's not signed up to be in any of the shows, but to show up in all of the shows now. So that's cool. So,
fair enough.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It'll be like this consistent baddie that will be in Arrow one week and then he'll be in Supergirl.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. The crossover stuff, I mean, it always used to excite the hell out of me when it did anything on any other show.
Yeah.
And they cross stuff over. It's like with comics. When you see crossovers, you're like, ooh, yes.
As long as it doesn't do what it did with the comics. I mean, a lot of it, certainly in the 90s, the early 90s during the big comic boom. And they're doing it again now a little bit. Is that they overdo it, so suddenly every story arc is a crossover.
Yeah, when they did stuff like they merged DC and Marvel, and you're like, okay, bit much.
Yeah, I mean, you end up having to buy like 400 issues of a comic each week just to keep up with actually what's going on. And if you miss one of a comic that you've never even seen in the shop, and you don't know who any of the characters are, and suddenly that's the most important one. And you're like, oh, no. So, but yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm still not going to watch Arrow, but I'm liking Flash enough, and Supergirl was interesting enough for me to put up with her character in cool stuff. Basically, Arrow's just Flash is just the best TV show at the minute. It's just amazing, and I can't fault it in any way. I nearly cried at the end of the last episode.
Oh my god!
Nearly did. I was really close. Actually,
is that because there was a mirror next to the telly and you realised how sad you were?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Nerd.
Yeah, you nerd. Should we talk about Star Trek?
Yes, please. I'm not a nerd.
Oh, I'm not a nerd. Come on, nerds. Let's talk about Star Trek.
Yeah, so Star Trek, is it CW again? No, CBS.
CBS.
They released this little teaser thing of the new logo and like title-y, sequency type things, so like different planets and suns, which looked remarkable.
It looked very trippy.
It did, didn't it?
It's got a whole hallucinogenic vibe.
But it looked very much like the new film type thing when they do that in the end credit scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
But I have got a problem.
I've got lots of problems with this.
Have you?
I have.
It's only a logo. How many problems have we got? It's only a logo.
I know.
Well, my big one is it definitely looks like the classic logo. And I've got no problem with the early Star Trek stuff.
No, not at all.
But it's been done now.
Yeah.
We've got 2 films with another one on the way, set in that same kind of era.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the future. I'd like to go past it again.
This is my problem with it as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've got no problem with it, but now they're gonna introduce another Kirk-like figure, a new Spock maybe. I don't know if they're gonna do that or
probably.
But I might be wrong. We might be totally wrong.
We could be. It does look like it is going to be old. Yeah, it's going to be going back rather than forward. And again, they're kind of stuck though. They really hurt themselves when they did Voyager. I was talking about this earlier very briefly. In that Voyager kind of ruined all future Star Trek stuff in a way.
I got this conversation. I was on the tail end of it. I saw it, but in comics. I want to talk to you about it on air. What do you mean?
Because in Voyager, they obviously went to the complete other side of the universe.
Yeah, to the Delta Quadrant.
And obviously they had to travel all the way back. And through the way that they travelled back, through all the time it took, they encountered every possible villain that they could possibly encounter. And they had tech from these new civilizations that would just enhance the Star Trek universe to the point where we were almost gods. We living in Ian Banks' culture sort of thing. And it kind of goes, you get back to Earth and suddenly you'd improve and make Earth this huge utopia. Where'd you go from that? How do you make that into a relatable TV show?
I disagree, because for me, did you see the last episode of Voyager and stuff? To me, Earth is already a utopia.
It should,
it already is. You know what I mean?
Granted,
so that point, for me, is disproved.
Okay, yeah.
And they did get new technology, but it was technology that made them just about able to defeat the Borg.
That's true, yeah.
They were literally just about able to do it, and I still think there's more to go on from there. I still think there could be more after that. I really do.
I do agree. There definitely needs to be a step forward rather than a step back in time.
Yeah, because we've seen it all.
We've seen it too many times
and because we've seen Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, Voyager, because we've seen those, it makes the Star Trek universe... there's no risk. You know it's not all going to come crumbling down because you've already seen where it ends up.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's the same with like Terminator stuff when it goes back in time again. So, but I know it's safe because I've seen it already.
Yep. Can't fault you there.
It's like with the Hobbit films as well. It's the same problem. Stop telling me Gandalf's in danger. I know he lives.
I know he blatantly isn't.
Yeah.
No, I agree. So, I mean, you've just watched the trailer as well, haven't you, for the new film?
I have, yeah, which I hadn't seen before. I didn't know it was out yet.
Any thoughts?
I like the look of it, man. I like it. I'm a big fan of these new films, and I know you've got problems with it because it's got the Fast and Furious director directing it,
And it made
But for me, J.J. Abrams, right? He's like king of the nerds right now. He's managed to slit Joss Whedon's throat and take his place really pretty much. You know what I mean? He's morphed into his skin.
He's wearing Joss Whedon.
He's done a great job with Star Trek. He's done a great job with Star Wars.
Yep.
The first Star Trek for me was amazing. I loved it. The first 5 minutes, it was like up for me. It made me teary. It was amazing.
Yeah, class.
The second one was still great, but had a few too many plot holes for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So for him to do a third one, it would have been very difficult for him. So obviously you left it. Now this other guy's going to pick up from it, and now there's no expectation.
I do like the fact that Simon Pegg's written it.
Yes, he's written a big chunk of it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And I think that's going to work in its favour, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Because he's a great writer.
He is, yeah. I think we're going to see a lot more humour.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I just think, because there's this low expectation, it's going to blow everyone away.
I hope so.
I really hope it does. I think it will.
I'm optimistic, I am, but that first trailer was a bit of an off-put for me. I don't know if it was the music, I don't know if it was the car jumping sequences.
Probably the music for you, but I didn't really see any cars, I don't know what I mean. I saw some ships, I saw spaceships.
I haven't seen enough spaceships, god damn it. So let's move it on. Simon Kinberg, he wants to do a Fantastic Four sequel.
Yeah, with the same cast but brighter, doesn't he, really?
Yeah, Fan Four Stick 2. So you take literally one of the worst films that's ever been made and say, do you know what? We should make another one of those.
They need to stop playing with this now.
They need to
put it down and give it back.
Absolutely. There is no...
Marvel need to go, you've borrowed it for long enough now. Put it down. Put the toys back in the box.
Give it here. I'm sure that's the plan. I'm sure that all this talk of, let's make a sequel. Yeah. None of those cast are coming back.
No. They're doing it because it's already killed a lot of their careers. You know what I mean? They stopped doing stuff. The only reason why they're doing it is to keep the rights. That's it.
I know, yeah.
That's all they're doing it for.
It's absolutely painful. It's painful to witness, and it was a painful film to watch. So I'll never go through that again. No. Quite frankly, I refuse. Damn it. I'll murder folks before I go and see that film again. But yeah, we're getting to the point now where they're just looking childish. Just give it back.
Yeah, it is because they're in this catch-22 because Marvel know that they're not doing great things with it. Yeah. And they're not making money. They lost money on the last one. Yeah. Now, the rights, after so many years of not making a film, the rights automatically revert back to Marvel, which means Marvel don't have to pay for it. Yeah. Now, Marvel aren't going to buy it from them right now because they know that they're not doing anything good. It's worthless. So just like, we're not paying for it. We'll just wait till it comes back to us. Yep. And they're still... It's like this quit while you're ahead. You know what I mean? They can't just quit. They need to, and Sony did it with Spider-Man. They quit while they were kind of out, you know what I mean? But they need to do that. Give it back to Marvel.
Absolutely, and I want it to hurry up and be a thing that happens already. I'd really like it to happen for Infinity War, but I don't think we'll be that lucky. But we live in hope.
Mind you, it happened with Spider-Man. I was really surprised that he managed to get into Civil War because that film was already in pre-production and stuff, and plans were made before Spider-Man came back. I remember us reporting that there was 2 versions of the script where it was going to be either Black Panther or Spider-Man in it. Yep. And then they worked it around and got both, so it was great.
Yeah, nice. It worked really well. Fantastic. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot here that's wrong, and I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
So no.
Move along.
Okay, so this is a rumour.
We've got a bit of Netflix action coming on here. Yeah. Lots of streaming news from Amazon and Netflix.
Yeah. So Blade, Ghost Rider and Moon Knight are rumoured to have Netflix series planned.
In my opinion, that ain't going to happen.
I don't think so either.
This gets rumoured every single year. Yeah. And if you think back to how long in advance we were told that Daredevil was coming. Yeah. That was a long time before that even thought about filming, we knew. Yeah. Now, this keeps getting thrown about every year. Yeah. Those 3 properties are, Ghost Rider and Blade are. Yeah. Not so much Moon Knight.
Not so much Moon Knight, no.
But they're massive properties. Yeah. They're not just going to throw it out willy-nilly. It's going to be a huge thing when they do it, and I don't think they will. I
think the reason I'm fairly confident that this is all just a nonsense thing, that someone's gone, people will read this article if I write this article.
It's clickbait, isn't it?
I think it is clickbait, and I think the reason... I think Blade is the big clue there. Wesley Snipes has already been in for talks about appearing in stuff. Yeah. Not as a main character, but just popping in, helping Spider-Man out for 5 seconds or whatever, and then just wandering off. Like that. Love that plan. I don't think we don't need any more of Blade. We've got a trilogy. We've got a whole TV series if you're into that kind of thing. Yeah. It's not very good, but it's okay. Ghost Rider. That's not going to happen.
It's just not.
They can't afford it. They can't afford to have a burning, flaming skull and burning, flaming wheels on screen all the time.
No, and think of the universe that they're building in the TV universe right now is a very earnest, really quite realistic view of how it would be on these street level heroes.
Yeah,
and not all of them are going to jump straight into this
hell.
You know what I mean? They're not just not going to do it.
Moon Knight, I can see, but I think he's a bit too similar to Daredevil. So
it is, it is because Moon Knight always gets compared to Batman.
Yeah,
and Daredevil is Batman. So why bother?
Absolutely, yeah. Still on the Netflix thing though. Carl Urban went into the 2008 AD offices.
Yeah, Carl Urban obviously played Judge Dredd in the last thing Judge Dredd did on screen, which was really good. It was fun. Everyone's been begging for a sequel or something, but he's been down to the offices and there's been a lot of talk around a series or something.
I love the fact that we're so desperate for any kind of Dredd sequel of any kind that we're reporting that he's in a comic office.
He might have just come to pick up some shoes he left.
Yeah, right. Oh, can I pick up my phone? I left my phone during that last interview we did like a month ago. Oh my God, Carl Urban's doing it now, let's do it. But yeah, I just want that to happen. I don't understand.
But this does mix with some other stuff where he's come out and said, I think there should be something more with Dredd, and the fans will want something to happen with Dredd. So.
And we talked last week about the fact that Netflix have got a fair amount of money to spend on budgeting.
What was it, something like 20 billion or something?
$5 billion.
$5 billion, that's a lot of money.
$5 billion, that's special effects, that's done.
Yeah.
Now, just spend all of that on 10 seconds of Judge Death and I'll be happy.
Oh, wow. Wow, could you imagine what that'd be?
I'm so excited.
So if you put that into perspective, Disney brought Star Wars for $4 billion.
Yeah.
Now Netflix have got $5 billion to spend on original programming. That is a lot, man.
That's a lot of cash.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't understand why I'm not already watching Dredd the series.
Yeah, and you can't count Daredevil and everything in that amount because they're all Marvel made.
Yeah.
That's not Netflix original. That's just shown on Netflix with Netflix. They distribute it for them. That's it.
Nice.
So all these original ones, I'm talking like House of Cards. That's an original. Yeah. Orange is the New Black.
Sense8.
Yeah, all very cheap. Well, I don't know about Sense8. I never watched it, but all very cheap things to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no real special effects.
Not really. No. You've got to pay Kevin Spacey.
He's $500,000 an episode, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
well, he's worth it though. He's good.
Worth it. Yeah, it's Kevin Spacey. Can we talk about Preacher?
Yeah, if we have to.
They released the first 5 minutes the other day, and I haven't watched it.
I haven't seen it either. This is the first time hearing about it.
I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to wait.
You're going to wait. And
it's out on Monday.
Is it?
Yeah.
So this is made by AMC, and it looks like Amazon are buying the rights to distribute it
in the UK.
In the UK, because AMC aren't.
Yeah, so it's going to be streamed at the same time in the UK as it is in America.
Interesting.
And yeah, 22nd of May, this Monday. I'm already excited. I'm so excited. I'm really nervous.
I'll watch it as well, dude. I'll watch it as well because I'm going to be quite new to Preacher, man.
I know.
I'm not a big fan. Well, I say not a big fan. I'm unaware, you know what I mean? I've never read the comics and stuff, so... Well,
I've seen a couple of people who have already seen it, and most of the review, I don't read the reviews because I always think they give too much away, and I don't want to sort of give myself any kind of bias towards it, but 99% of it I've seen in terms of headlines have been really positive. I've seen one that's not... And I'm like, whoa, I already hate you. I already hate you.
There's always bad reviews, dude.
There is
everything.
And do you know what? And I've decided. I committed to it. I love Preacher, and it's one of these things I've been reading since 1991, I think, and I absolutely love it. And it's one of my favourite things in the universe. If this TV show is rubbish, I'm not going to be bothered because I've had. It's 20 odd years, 30 years.
Yeah, you've already had your fill.
I already have. I mean, I know the story. It's affected me in many ways, and I love it. If the TV show's rubbish, it's rubbish. That's fine. I'd like it not to be, and I'd like it to expand on and improve what is already a quite, almost dated sort of narrative. So, yes.
Well, do we know a time? What time on Monday?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm just going to be...
All right, well, tune in to Amazon Prime on Monday.
Yeah.
And come watch the new Preacher with us, and then, maybe tweet about it to us as well on Facebook and things, and let us know what you think.
Yes, please do. And especially if if you've read it, if you haven't read it, if you're coming fresh to it like Chris, that'd be awesome. I'd like to get some new perspectives on it.
Sweet.
And yes, I'm very excited.
I'm going to slate it.
Yeah, I know. I bet you love it and I hate it.
Yeah, he probably will be that. Like Jack Reacher again, won't he?
Yeah, right. Comic newsy things about The Walking Dead.
Yep.
We've just had the cover for issue 1. I wouldn't normally talk about this at all, but I thought it was quite interesting. Issue 157, the cover's just been previewed, so do we know what the cover is? And it reveals on the cover, it's the first of a 6-part story called The Whisperer War.
I don't know what that means.
I know, yeah. Okay.
Do you know what that means?
I do, yeah. The current baddies in Walking Dead, the comic, are the Whisperers.
All right.
They hide in the flesh of the zombies.
Oh wow.
They wear the zombie skin and then walk amongst. They walk amongst the armies of the zombies, and it's very cool. Yeah, shut up. But yeah, this is the first 6-part story they've done since All Out War, which was the introduction of the big battle with Negan and stuff. So, and that was fantastic. That worked really well. It was nothing but a solid pacing throughout, not non-stop action really. So hopefully we got the same thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, living in hope. Move on.
Yeah, sure. So Michael B. Jordan, the basketball player. It is the basketball player, isn't it?
This is the guy that played the Human Torch in Fan 4 Stick.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, so it's not.
The guy
I'm
from
thinking
Creed.
Michael J.
You're Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan is the guy from Creed.
Ah, okay. He's joined the cast of Black Panther as quite possibly a villain.
Yes, so has also, I'm going to struggle over her name because I can never say it. We should probably do a session of learning how to say strange names. Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah.
She was in Star Wars as Maz.
Yeah.
So
weren't they getting Finn as well? Guy who played Finn in Star Wars. I heard he was going to rumoured to possibly be joining it too.
I like the fact that they're getting some big names in there, some nice names, upcoming names as well.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I had a huge problem with this.
Go on.
Because I thought it was the Michael Jordan, the basketball player.
Oh,
and
brilliant.
I'm like, what is he the baddie in this? That's going to suck.
They've
already got really bad baddies. Why are they hiring crap actors?
Yeah. No, they got a good one. You're
He
all
did
right.
Space Jam in the 90s. He doesn't deserve to be in Black Panther.
Just to clarify, it is not Michael Jordan, basketball player.
They need this...
Yeah, that's kind of angered you. Okay, cool.
It has.
Oh, did we ever talk about Krypton?
No.
Moving on. We didn't talk about Krypton.
No, we didn't.
This has been given the green light now by Sci-Fi, the channel Sci-Fi.
Yes.
If you don't know what Krypton is, it is the prequel to the prequel of Superman. So this is about Superman's great-grandfather, or possibly his grandfather, on Krypton, trying to tell everybody that Krypton's going to explode. I cannot think of anything more boring than this.
I smell another Gotham.
I think it's going to be even worse than Gotham.
Smell that?
Yeah.
Disappointment. That's what that smells of.
We're probably going to get little annoying things like, this Zor-El's just been born. Oh, and his best mate, Zod. Oh, look at how friendly they are. Ha ha. It's going to be really awful.
Oh, it is going to suck. It's going to be really bad.
It's going to be awful. I've got no interest in seeing this. They might turn it into some kind of political thriller where they try to convince.
I mean, maybe it'll be good, but you know what? It's not going to be good. I'm calling it right now.
It's going to be rubbish.
It's going to suck.
And it's on Sci-Fi Channel as well.
Yeah, they're not very good recently. So
yeah, and it's not anything like what you've got. All this property, all these comic book creations and things that you can use.
Keep going back to doing prequels of Superman,
Gotham and Krypton. What are you doing? Just make a Batman show. It's not hard. Make a Superman show.
Put Batman in it. Done.
How do you make any TV show better? Put Batman in it.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. Put Batman in it.
Put a Batman in it, not the Batman.
Just a Batman. Yeah, it works for me. I do want. Actually, that leads on really well to the whole fact that what I really want Netflix to do. Or Sci-Fi they're perfectly competent at doing something like this as well. Is just go to DC and say, you know, all your Elseworlds stories, the ones set in alternate realities and stuff.
Yeah.
Just make one of them.
Yeah.
Just do all of them.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Do like a 4-parter, so it's Victorian England Batman versus Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
And then that one, and then it's Superman.
That'd be brilliant. Just little mini-series is like.
Little mini-series, little shots. Brilliant. You could do a one-off Harley Quinn in Victorian England, or in caveman times. Anything. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
That should be a thing.
That would be good.
Still talking about Batman and Superman.
Yeah, the fallout from Batman v Superman. Oh dear. Warner Brothers shake-up executive roles.
Yes.
John Berg and Jeff Johns will co-run DC films in an attempt to course-correct Warner's comic book movies.
Yeah, the big name there that we were all excited about, obviously, is Jeff Johns.
Yep.
One of the good Superman writers.
Yes, he is. He's
really
one of the iconic ones. He's written probably like 70% of the good Superman stories.
I'd say so, yeah. And he said in an interview that he wants to bring back hope and optimism.
Yeah,
I've been reading a lot of interviews with him this week, and he gets Superman. He just gets him.
So we could be lining up for this because Ben Affleck gets Batman.
Yeah.
He's good at Batman. He's a massive fan. He has been since he was a kid. He had a Batcave in his house.
Yeah.
We've got a guy who gets Superman. This could be the start of where we're going to get something special now.
I live in hope, man.
If you... Okay, bear with me, right?
Okay.
Ignore all these films in the 80s. Ignore all that, right?
Right.
Now look at modern-day Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
The Hulk film sucked.
Yes, it did, yeah.
The Incredible Hulk was better, but still not great.
Still not great, yeah.
But The Incredible Hulk is still part of the canon of everything else, right? Now, if you look at Batman v Superman as The Incredible Hulk...
As the first one to start it off.
Yes, not the best.
No.
And yes, obviously a much bigger budget and expectations and stuff. Darth Vader agrees.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you look at it like that, we could still be getting a brilliant... well-built DC universe.
Well,
it just needs the right people at the right time.
I'm already sceptical because I think they've started it off in a really bad place. Excuse me.
Shut your phone up.
No, I am. Yeah, I think they've started in a really bad place. I think they've started Batman too old and Superman. They've killed him straight off, and I just think they've already cocked this up.
I agree, but it can be reversed.
I hope so.
What if they now go into Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah.
Not the best, but a chance to restart.
I genuinely, I'm at the stage where I just go, just start again.
Yeah.
Try again. Call Wonder Woman the first one.
Yeah.
Just do that.
They could totally do that. Everyone considers Iron Man be the first Marvel.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
true.
not.
It's
you
not
know what
now.
I mean? So
it
could still work. I'm still hopeful.
Yeah, you've got to live in hope with these things, I know. Let's move on. X-Men Apocalypse came out yesterday.
Yes, I haven't had a chance to see it, man. I was going to try today and squeeze it in after an afternoon meeting.
No, I think we should give it a week anyway because it's not the most. It's not like the most. It's not Civil War, is it? It's not.
It is for me.
It's hyped, but it's not the most.
Days of Future Past was amazing.
Yeah, I agree, but it's not right. It's not right up there for me, certainly. So I think give it a week anyway. Let people have a chance to watch it. Certainly get the weekend out of the way.
Yeah,
I think. But Bryan Singer.
Yep.
Who we all know and kind of think he's all right.
Yeah, he's all right, isn't he?
He apparently wants female Wolverine for the X-Force film that we keep mentioning and you keep slagging off.
Do I keep slagging it off?
I don't want to watch that.
No, New Mutants. New Mutants I didn't like the sound of. X-Force is amazing because you get Deadpool in there then. That'd be great.
That's true.
But for me, that still needs to be proper Wolverine.
Oh, no, God, no.
With Lady Deathstrike.
Nah. I'm sick of Wolverine. No. I've had enough of him. I want to see the female version of Wolverine now.
Okay.
X-23. Bring her in. I want to see that on film. I think it'll be so much cooler than huge jacked man. I just don't like him.
No.
I think he's a really nice guy in real life, but I just hate his Wolverine.
I like him.
There's not really much more to say about that.
No, Singer just wants a female Wolverine. There's no verification or clarity in that statement.
There's no casting.
We're just reporting rubbish, really.
Yeah, let's move on to a real thing that's really happening. And it's Michael Bay again.
God damn it!
Transformers.
When's he going to sit down? Has he made anything other than Transformers films the past decade?
I don't think he has he?
Has he not? What does he do? Does he just sit with Transformers toys at home, smashing them up and setting them on fire and go, oh, that looked good in slow-mo?
Yeah. Or this would be so much better if I had little tiny humans in it as well.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. Just get the giant robots, you idiot. But anyway, the reason we're talking about him is because they've just announced the title of the new Transformers film, which is the fifth Transformers film. It's called Transformers: The Last Night.
Is it the last night before we all kill ourselves?
Yeah, it's the last.
Watching this rubbish.
It's absolutely. It's a really weird title as well.
I have heard. I can't remember the name of the actor, so I do apologise. But the guy who plays the main soldiery type guy in the first Transformers, he's going to be coming back into it apparently.
Like there's any hint of any kind of continuity in it.
Yeah, like anyone cares anyway, man.
Yeah, it's just awful. As long as they as long as they don't do the thing they did in the last one where they had like a whole 10-minute sequence where they tried to justify child abuse.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just stay away from... I don't care about Transformers.
No.
I did. I would have done if it was anyone other than Michael
For me,
Bay.
I really like the first Transformers films, even though it had... what's her name in it, whatever his stupid name is.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
I really dislike him.
Yeah.
But I still like the first Transformers film. It was good.
It had some good bits in it.
It was competent. It had a pretty decent storyline. But everything else after that has been pap.
There's just too much human in it.
Yeah.
I just want to see giant robots slapping the crap out of each other, and I don't understand why I'm not watching that all the time. How can you make that boring? Giant metal robots beating each other
they
up.
make them all look the same, and there's no risk in anything.
Yeah.
There's no juxtaposition. There's no. You don't stand to lose anything because you don't care about the characters anymore. It's all the same. There's
too many points in there. I mean, I've seen all of them now, and there's too many points where I'm literally saying, kill that human there, kill the main guy, kill Wahlberg, kill Shia LaBeouf, quick, kill him. Oh, you survived, and now I feel down. You're just like, oh no. Let's move on. Let's talk about Star Wars, because I like talking about Star Wars.
Star Wars is good.
So we've had a new book released, which it's got all the art from Rogue One in it, and lots of posters and stuff. And I hadn't realised this, because we talked about this quite a bit in the trailer that we saw and discussed a few weeks ago. Had the sound of Darth Vader breathing in it.
It did.
Hasn't actually been confirmed that he's in it in any way. Until we talked about, what's his name?
Yeah, we talked about Spencer Walding being cast as him.
Yeah, so he's in it. But it seems like he's got quite a big part, and I'm not sure I'm happy about that.
Well, see, you flip-flopping this. I'm really confused.
I know.
You're a big fan of Darth Vader. Why would you be upset that he's got a big role in it? He didn't have a really big role in the original trilogy, really.
Exactly, yeah.
But that's still an iconic role.
Yeah.
It could still just be that big.
That's how big I want it.
It could be that big?
I hope so. Should we stick with Darth Vader a little bit?
Sure.
Because we talked, one of my comics of the week a few weeks ago was the Darth Vader comic by Kieran Gillen.
Yes.
And that's been announced, so that's going to end with issue number 25.
Yeah.
And I love the series, I really do. But I'm kind of glad that it's stopping.
End it before it ruins itself.
Yeah, and before he humanises him too much, I think.
Yeah.
And also, it's all been set in the original trilogy universe as well.
Well, there's only so far they can go with that anyway, then, isn't there, really?
I'd like to see them, if they are going to do another Vader comic, I've no doubt about that at all. So, hopefully, in a different time period. Sort of into... It's going to have to be the original trilogy, though, isn't it? Oh, no, Clone Wars. Let's see Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff, pre-Rogue One, I guess.
Yeah.
So there's still loads they can do. Actually, all I really want to see is Kieran Gillen taking Anakin Skywalker and using the Clone Wars and the Siege of Mandalore, which is one of the big battles of the Clone Wars, which we've never seen in any way.
Yeah.
I want to see that on some capacity. So yes, that's what we need. Let's stop talking about Star Wars, because there's no real news, is there, about Star Wars?
No real news, but I just
like talking about Star Wars.
I do like Star Wars.
I do. I love it.
It is really good, isn't it? I was thinking of a story that because I want to write something. I was thinking, maybe they could have this, and I went, no, that's just a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Maybe the baddies could have this really awesome weapon. It's like a pillar of lightsaber again, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's too iconic and it's too brilliant and it's better than Star Trek.
I'm really happy that Spencer Walding's going to be in it, though.
I am as well. Yeah.
I'm super happy about that.
Yeah. It basically means we've met Darth Vader.
It does. It does.
And there's video proof of that.
There is, yeah. Did we ever release that?
I think we did not.
Oh, wow. Probably should.
Probably should do that.
It's ages ago.
Yeah,
wow.
right.
That's amazing.
So let's talk about aliens.
Yes. Let's do this in 2 parts. Let's talk a bit, then let's stop, and then let's talk again.
Yeah, okay, do that. Hang on. I've got to do a thing.
Sweet, man. Nice one.
Yeah,
nice one. I feel pretty complete now.
You're rejuvenated now.
Yeah, I'm up there, man.
Good stuff. So, aliens. Michael, and how do you pronounce this dude's name? I've never been able to say it in like 30 years of watching cinema. I've never been able to say Michael Bain.
Oh, I always thought it was Bane, yeah.
Is it Bane?
Well, Bane is B-A-I-N.
Yeah,
whatever,
but it's B-I-E-H-N. But it's Michael Bane. It's the guy that plays Hicks in Aliens, basically. It's Hicks.
Yeah.
Let's just say Hicks. He's been discussing the return of Hicks for the new Alien film.
Yep.
And he's named, obviously Newt's going to be in it as well, we know that.
Yeah.
And he's dropping the name Jessica Chastain, who I don't know who that is.
Nope.
Don't care either.
Nope.
That's just the fact that Newt's in it. I'm really
Let's
excited
be honest,
about.
with stuff like this, it is the characters we want. I'm not too fussed about the actors.
If they cast someone, I've got utter faith in that they're going to cast it right. They know what they want.
So I learned something earlier that I thought this Aliens 5 thing was one film.
Yeah.
And it was going to be Prometheus 2 as well or something. I don't know. But apparently there's 2 films going around. There's this one with... obviously with Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah,
which is going to be set in between 2 and 3.
No.
It's going to dismiss.
It's going to dismiss
everything past 2.
Yeah, so Alien 3 didn't happen. Alien Resurrection didn't happen.
Yeah. Which everyone seems to be quite happy with. I haven't seen anyone dismiss that at all.
No.
So that seems pretty cool. But then Ridley Scott is also doing a Prometheus 2, which I'm confused about.
Right, so what's happening
So that's Alien Caravan or something.
Covenant
Caravan, whatever.
So what happened was nobody was planning to do any Aliens films, and then Neil Blomkamp was editing Chappie
drew a picture or something, didn't he?
Drew some really cool concept art, and he went, I'd really like to make this, and everyone suddenly went, yeah, you should totally do that. Everybody got excited, and then Ridley Scott, for some inane reason, went, yeah, but I still want to make Prometheus 2 though.
I do Alien.
It's my thing. I'm doing Alien, and like suddenly everyone's gone, oh, all right then. So he has to do Prometheus 2 first. So they're making that now. Probably it's Ridley Scott, so we're going to play it another 10 years for that. by which time everybody else will be dead in the world, probably. But anyway, so we're not going to see the Blomkamp one with Hicks, Newt, and Ripley kicking ass around the galaxy, which is what everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
We're not going to see that until Ridley Scott.
Now here's the problem with it that I can foresee. It releases this Prometheus 2, it flops.
Yeah.
They don't make the Neil Blomkamp one because it was such a flop.
Yeah.
And they'll say, we need to leave it 5 years to cleanse the palate of Alien for a while.
No.
So hopefully that doesn't happen, and we do get the Alien that we all want and we all deserve.
I I'm sort of joking about Ridley Scott now, but I love Ridley Scott. He's one of the greatest directors.
Oh, totally, yeah. And his brother made Top Gun, so whatever.
Ridley Scott is a legend, an absolute legend. But Prometheus was definitely a misstep, and
I agree. There were some nice ideas there, and he had good actors and stuff, but it just fell short.
Absolutely, yeah. And if I'm assuming that he's going to tackle some of those issues that did arise in Prometheus. And, it might be brilliant. But I don't care at this stage. I only really care now about seeing Hicks, Newt and Ripley.
Yeah.
And,
Me too. I want to see the continuation of that story.
Yeah, I don't care about prequels anymore.
So, I think it's time for a jingle and an advert. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Have
I sprung this on you?
You have,
We'll be right back after this slightly longer commercial break.
So, let's do, blimey, hang on. Just throw in things at me.
I'm looking at the time. I've got to keep track of this.
Hang on.
And now for the weekly Geekly News. The Weekly Geek!
All right.
That threw me completely then.
It did.
I only thought
Do you not look at the clock over there?
I just get lost in the chat, and I thought it was about 20 past.
No, we were told, we were given strict instructions.
22.
At 22, you will play this advert.
Yeah, right.
Or you will be strung up. So.
Shocking. Let's talk about Godzilla.
Yeah, man.
Godzilla 2, Gareth Edwards has left.
Yeah, the director who was going to be directing it has took a break from it due to directing Rogue One.
Kind of rather he'd be doing Rogue One.
Yeah, well, it wasn't an instead of. The Godzilla guys are actually really cool about it, and they push back the production of Godzilla 2 because when you go off and do Star Wars, that's a great opportunity, but we really want you for Godzilla 2, so please come back and do that.
Right.
So they pushed it back, but because he did Godzilla 1 and now he's doing Rogue One, but he's actually from like a background of doing like these small indie flicks.
Yeah.
He kind of wanted to go back and do some of those because I'm guessing the pressure of all these big Hollywood blockbusters have got to maybe a little bit. You see it a lot, really.
Imagine if you were the director you had to follow on from J.J. Abrams in terms of Star
that's
Wars.
got to be huge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he probably just wants a bit of a break, and they're happy with that as well. They're like, okay, no problem. So they've pushed back Godzilla 2 to give him a little bit more time to find a new director for it. So we'll see what happens. Did you like Godzilla 1?
No.
No.
Not really. Not enough.
I did. I thought it was good.
Not enough Godzilla.
What?
There's not enough Godzilla.
No, everyone says this, but I like that because it meant the times where there was Godzilla, it was brilliant. You're like, oh, there's Godzilla. There's a couple of frustrating bits where it like cut away from the action.
Yeah, right.
But I was so happy with the attention to detail.
Yeah, no, I just
and then from a guy who runs a recording studio, they did like an hour-long featurette on how they did the Foley and the sound for the film, and it was so genius and intricate the way they did it. Because the original Godzilla's always been famous for its sound effects and stuff, and they put that same amount of detail into this one. So I was really happy with it, man. I liked it. I liked it.
You nerd.
I saw the smile on your face. I knew something was coming.
Yeah, no, I've got no interest in Godzilla 2.
Oh, you're wrong.
I tell you what else I've got no interest in either is the Snatch TV show. You know the Guy Ritchie film?
Oh yeah, that was good. Like years ago,
20 years ago. Yeah, right.
Back when we needed those kind of British witty humour type things.
Yeah, crime stuff, and that was great. And now
I need a TV show. It's gonna suck. Well, it's not gonna have Jason Statham in it. And
yeah,
it's not gonna have Brad Pitt and stuff, is it?
No,
so
it's gonna be awful. They did a Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels TV show, didn't they?
Did they? I never saw that.
Yeah, no, nobody did because it was awful.
Do you know what was really good? It's the pinnacle of that genre. It's Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch, and they've been done. So let's stick with that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm quite happy with it as it is, quite frankly. So that doesn't need to change.
Totally.
Oh God, we were talking about Supergirl, that being sort of going over to CW, but we didn't talk about the fact that some stuff got cancelled.
It did, yes. So sadly, we've had to say goodbye to Agent Carter.
Is that something you were watching?
I watched a couple of them, but I don't have Sky.
Yeah.
So I couldn't watch it, so I was kind of watching it when I could, and it was quite interesting. I liked it.
I think it was Channel 5 that ended up buying it and airing it, but they did it like a month or 2 months after it aired in America, by which time everybody's seen it. So.
Yeah, so Agent Carter is basically one of the founders of S.H.I.E.L.D., and she was also a recurring character in Captain America.
Yeah.
A very interesting character. Captain America's love, basically.
Yeah, and she was name dropped in... well, she had a scene around her almost in Civil War, didn't she?
Yeah. But I'm really quite annoyed that it's been cancelled. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the best show, but here's a list of shows that particular programming station, ABC, did renew.
Go on.
Right? So you got Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder, Once Upon a Time.
Oh my God.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
How is that still going?
How is that still going?
Working?
I don't know. Fresh Off the Boat, The Goldbergs, Modern Family. There's one called Blackish. What's that? It just sounds racist. Dancing with the Stars, The Bachelor, Shark Tank, America's Funniest Home Videos. They all got renewed.
But a Marvel TV series doesn't.
And something that's quite fun, and it actually has a storyline and is drama.
Yeah.
Has been cancelled.
Again, I think maybe they should have gone a different way with Agent Carter anyway, and they should have called it, they should have just made it a war film. But with her kicking ass in
True.
that.
Also, Castle as well. Castle got
that's been that's true.
Which had Nathan Fillion.
Well, Fillion,
sorry.
Now that might be a good thing. That freak, because he hasn't been able to do anything other than Castle for 10 years?
Something like that, yeah.
So he's had to just be reduced to little cameos in stuff. Hence his cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. But this now frees him up to suddenly he can be stuff. He can do stuff. He could be Green Lantern.
Oh.
He could be Green Lantern!
I don't want him there.
I do.
I don't want him.
I want him. I think I'd rather see him in.
I want Jon Stewart, so I don't want him.
Yeah, no, but if they're going to do, as we discussed the other week, if they're going to have all three incarnations,
then he could, yeah.
Then I'm happy with.
I'm happy then.
I just want Nathan Fillion to be in all the things. So I really like him. We're going to run out of time if we don't sort of speed up a little bit here.
All right, then. Yeah, let's go a bit quicker.
Comic news: John Pertwee's Doctor, the third Doctor, if you remember that, is returning to comics.
Comics,
all new storylines, fantastic stuff. Looking forward to that. Yeah, we'll move on straight away.
It is quite nice with the extended Doctor Who universe. There's lots of audio books and stuff like that, and radio shows. It's quite nice, man. Nice.
The Big Finish stuff, the audio things are really, really, really good.
So moving on to the next news item. Dolph Lundgren wants to break Ryan Reynolds as Cable in Deadpool sequel.
I don't know why I've put this in as a piece of news. It's literally a throwaway comment that he had in an interview. And he actually has read it, apparently.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
So I've read lots of stuff. That doesn't mean I once read books. I've read Terry Pratchett books. That doesn't mean I should be the next Captain Vine.
This is very true. Well, you'd make a good Vimes.
No.
I mean, has Dolph Lundgren done anything apart from
Lundgren!
Has he done anything apart from Expendables in the last 20 years?
I can't think, I don't think so. Nothing notable.
I think he does a lot of straight to DVD stuff.
Yeah.
But is that who you'd want? Is that who you'd cast?
No. I have heard some nice things about Ron Perlman possibly doing it. He's even commented on it, saying, look at this, I've even got the hair for it. And that's coming straight from him. That's from the horse's mouth.
Now I like that.
So that's a possibility. The other one I heard was, I can't remember his name now, but the guy from Avatar, the Colonel guy.
That's the name I keep seeing.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot. But Ron Perlman could be good too.
Ron Perlman is like dream casting.
Well,
really.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh my god!
Because he's a silver fox now as well. He's got the white hair, you know what I mean? So
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to just wander off for a minute and have a long, hard think about it. That's amazing. I've not heard that. That's incredible. I love it.
It's just something that I saw today, so I don't know if it was like something fresh.
That is literally now all I'm going to be thinking about all week, and we'll probably end up talking about this next week as well. Be like, yay!
Sweet.
Should we get onto the sad news bit?
Yeah, let's do a bit of sad news.
Okay, so the very talented and Eisner-winning comic artist Darwin Cook passed away this week. Just shocking, absolutely shocking. He was only young, he's only 51, I think.
Wow.
And he's one of those artists that I've got stuff signed by him. He's brilliant. I love him. I've always liked him. He's got a really distinct style. It's very, very comic booky, if that's an expression we can still use. I don't know.
What are the favourite things that he's worked on of yours? Just to give people who maybe don't know him, what has he done? What's in his body of work?
His Justice League stuff is amongst some of the best stuff I've read.
Yeah.
One of the things I really like about him, certainly with his Justice League stuff, is the way that he was the first one who really pointed it out, actually. He's got a load of notes that you see. And his notes on Wonder Woman were really good anyway. But the biggest one that stood out for me was, by the way, Wonder Woman in every scene should always be taller than Superman.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really nice touch. I really like that. He was apparently, I mean, obviously I never met the guy. From all accounts, he was a really awesome dude. And this was before anybody, because this was really sudden. He announced it on, what are we on today? Thursday. He announced it on the Monday.
What, he's deaf?
He had cancer.
Oh, okay.
He did it on a Facebook post, and as he had cancer, he was like, oh wow, Jesus. And then the next day he was gone. You're like, wow, dude.
It could have been that he only just found out. I've known a few people that just didn't know, just carry on working and don't pay attention. They just soldier on. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, gone.
So that sucks.
Time.
That sucks. So I don't like that.
So let's move on to something a little bit more upbeat, and we'll go on to our comic book recommendations of the week. You look like you're trying to find a jingle for me, Carl.
I might be.
Show me a jingle.
Comic of the week.
Nice.
I like that. That's
cool.
Sexy. I like it.
Cool. Have you got one this week?
I have.
You have? Shall I go first?
You go first.
Okay.
Well, I frantically tried to remember what I was going to do.
So I saw a Facebook post from a friend, Dave, the other day that reminded me about a comic called Man-Gull.
Right.
Which is
Man-Gull.
Yeah, it's basically a seagull with the muscly arms of a man that goes around doing all the murders and stuff. So basically, there's a man and a woman on a beach. They're all sat there having a good time. Then all of a sudden, the man gets attacked, and his arms are stolen. And this seagull takes them, and basically just runs around causing all sorts of anarchy. And it's like a murder mystery trying to hunt down this man-gull. And then all of a sudden, you turn around, and man-gull's turned up in the hospital, and he wants to finish the job. He's like, oh no, I've left witnesses. I've got to kill him. And it's really dark, definitely for the adults. If you're a child, don't watch it. If you're of a nervous disposition, don't read it either, because it is brutal, man. But it's really fresh and different. You know what I mean? It's like that a comic I read ages ago called Manwich, which was basically a sandwich that also had big muscly arms and thought he was a superhero. But it's just new interesting things that are really interesting. So go and read Man-Gull. It's cool.
I don't think you sold this to me in any way.
What? How can I not? It's a seagull with the arms of a man that goes around murdering people.
That does sound exactly the kind of thing I'd like.
It does.
It really does.
How can I sell this anymore?
Okay, that hurts. So this is something you'd recommend. What's the art like? Is it all right?
Yeah, it's quite classic, kind of Batman-y.
Okay.
Like, you know, Scooby-Doo Batman type thing.
Right,
quite sketchy type artwork. It's that kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's nice. It's
All
nice.
right. Artist, writer? Do we know?
I can't remember. I keep forgetting to write them down. I need to. Also, Manwich. Back to Manwich. That was all done in black and white. And one of the scenes from it, he thought he was a superhero.
Right.
He had his 15 seconds of fame. 15 minutes of fame. He saved someone from a bus or something. And then he went, oh no, I crave the fame now. I need to do something else. So he decides to try and stop a baby crying by shaking it. And no, it's not good. I'm not saying this should be done.
No, okay.
If you are a sandwich that has arms, don't shake babies.
Just don't do it.
But it's just different and fresh, you know what I mean? It's not held back by the same bounds as other comics are. It's just ridiculous, so it can do anything it wants.
I can safely say I'm very sceptical.
Okay, well, you've got 2 minutes to tell me yours.
Okay, my one's called Chew. It is by John Layman. And it is about... It's a really weird world where chicken is illegal. So people have to either get black market chicken or just go vegetarian, which is, you know, that's everybody goes black market chicken, basically.
Yeah.
The hero of the piece is a US Food and Drug Administration agent, and he gets psychic impressions from food. So if he puts food in his mouth, he can tell you where it's from, who made it, any history around that food. So if the farmer is having an affair and then goes to go pick up coca leaves or whatever, and then that goes into chocolate, and then he bites a bit of chocolate, he can go and tell the wife, oh, your husband's having an affair. Okay. It's that kind of thing.
Isn't this the guy where he hates eating because he gets all these visions and has to do something about it, and the only thing that doesn't is beetroot?
That's right, yeah.
And the only thing he can eat comfortably because it doesn't give him visions is beetroot.
Yes, that's the one.
That's the one.
And his boss hates him and sends him off to all the worst places you could possibly imagine, like to the bank vault, where the robbers have done a huge steaming poo in the middle of the vault, and that's the only clue.
And he's got to taste it.
And he's trying to get the guy to taste it. Whether he does or not, I'm not going to tell you because it is a great scene. But yeah, highly recommended. Really weird, surreal stuff. I think
we've both gone for weird, surreal things this week, haven't we? And I would also recommend Chew. I've read the first few issues of it. You think you lent to me a couple of years ago, and it is really fun. And again, different and weird and quirky. And sometimes it's refreshing to kind of take a step back from Marvel and DC and superheroes and read these little weird questy ones.
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to have to go, I feel.
I feel that we should go in 30 seconds.
Oh, do you think...
In my mind.
Oh, okay.
In my clock.
Okay, so we'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Right here on Canic Chase Radio. Around the chase and around the world. We're in your ears. So we're going to finish off with the show.
The Weekly Geek, Thursdays at 6 p.m.
Yeah, thanks for that, Carl. Yeah.
My finger genuinely just twitched forward, and I just went, oh no.
Brilliant, well, let's end it there.
I do want to say very quickly about this.